So my name is Júlia Tudisco. I'm the director of Children of the Bird, and my film is about the symbiotic balance between creation and destruction, and it's about apocalypse and dinosaurs and little humans and this kind of things. I'm very happy about it because that means that people liked it, and that feels very good. I could already feel it a bit in the screening room, that people were like really reacting to it. They were laughing at the bit funny parts, or when the dinosaur died, they were like, oh no, that's sad. They were not saying this, but like making the oh sound. I can really feel when in a room the audience can connect to the film, or if they are just like, whatever. So I'm very happy. I think that's a very good award. Before I started to make this film, actually, I had a lot of dreams about the end of the world. And even though sometimes they were not sad dreams, or it doesn't matter the mood, but there was always the end of the world going on the meanwhile. And I thought it's very interesting. So I started to draw all these dreams, because I usually draw every single day. Like, I think I can be a very chaotic person, and this drawing every day is my coping mechanism. So I started to use these very silly sketches that I made every day to start to think about the topic of the film. So after making some researches, I started to understand that I have probably some climate anxiety that I never noticed before. And I became a bit jealous of my religious friends, because I'm not from a religious family. And I thought that it must be so much easier if you have answers for the big things in the life of a human. And I started to build up my own religion and read a lot about other religions and mythological stories, and kind of pick some parts that I felt close to me. And this is how I started to build up the story. I think there is a big amount of acceptance in my film, because I try to zoom out from a human perspective and see it a bit like outside of a human eye. And that's a lot easier way to accept that the end of the world might happen. And for the colors, this is my first film that I made, and I think this is just my style. This is how all my films look like. This time I worked with a lot of animators because it was made with a big team, but the main, like the head of the animation, or I don't know how to say it, is Lydia Reed. She has this very colorful style, and as we always work together, it was kind of a given thing that this will be the style of the whole thing. I think all of my films are a bit about a serious topic, but also a bit childish, naive style. I think it's a lot easier to watch this, or at least for me, so probably that's why I make this kind of films. For a long time I was very scared of finishing university, because I always went to school since I was 7 years old, so it seemed like a very scary thing. But it feels very nice now. After MOME, I went to ASF, Animation Sans Frontières, which is a program for animators or animation directors and producers. And there I met my current producer, who is Valentin Maupin from France. And now we are working on our series. It's a web series, and we won 2 funds for it, so we have the money, so we are starting producing. I'm very excited. It's a good feeling that I will get money for what I'm doing, which was not the case at school, because I was doing it for marks, approvals, and for learning. The title is Tulip, and it's about a girl named Tulip. It's a bit about mental health. The main thoughts from this series are from DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, which is a group therapy method. It's about this girl who lives with 2 animals, a cat and a moth. And the cat is kind of a mentor character, and the moth is her anxious thoughts, kind of. There are a lot of other creatures, and it's kind of like little stories with Tulip connecting to some creatures, and kind of like finding peace in the middle of chaos and finding herself and reconnecting to herself through nature and this kind of things. Yeah, it also has like a backstory that the series starts after she comes out from the hospital because of a near-death experience. And she's trying to change her life, and this is actually my story, or like it happened to me that I was in the hospital, so it's also very personal, but it's not about me because I haven't met a moth and the crab who speaks and the dolphin who speaks, so that's not real.
Maybe in the future.